God of War received a ton of patches since launch, like the most amount of patches I've seen in a short period of time. And now the latest update 1.14 just dropped, so I want to take a look at some recent changes and things that are going on in the game and the potential new game plus modes. So if you enjoy that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with the enormous amount of patches the game has received over the past few days, and it's good to note that this can only happen for Sony owned games, since they seem to be able to skip the whole patch process that the other publishers need to go through. So I already touched on update 1.10, like the day 1 update, but since then we had update 1.11 that added the option to change the text size that was first extremely small, especially when playing on a big TV, but now under accessibility you can make it bigger. There were also some issues with black borders of the screen where some people do not get the game in full screen mode, but you can do it by accessing the settings of the PS4. Go to sound and screen and then display area to set the correct settings. But of course that should not be the way it works, so Santa Monica is looking into it at the moment, and as far as I know, the update 1.14 that just released does not fix this issue, but I don't have the issue myself, so I could not check it. So if you had this issue before with the black borders, but now after this update it has been resolved, please let me know in the comments down below. And otherwise, an update on this will come later. There are also some unlimited XP and hack silver tactics in God of War right now, but both the XP tactic from EduPod on YouTube and his unlimited hack silver glitch still work with the latest update 1.14. I put a link to his farm tactics in the description down below, but in short, for the hack silver you need to go in the water and look for the crates, destroy them, get the money, and if you then restart from checkpoint, you still have the money, but the crates will respawn. So they can keep doing this over and over again. So yeah, that is a great tactic, but I don't really know why you would do this, because there are a ton of ways to get hack silver quick at the end of the game, and before that you don't really need hack silver, so why go do this tactic? It's also pretty boring. Same goes for XP. There are a ton of ways to get XP later on in the game, and you don't really need it in my experience. But it might be that Santa Monica will look at these tactics and fix it in an upcoming update. So while with Horizon Zero Dawn we got like detailed patch notes, we also got a ton of patches for that game, but they put the patch notes on the Reddit pages as made by a community manager. And here we gotta do it with the info from the PlayStation 4 that you can see if you press options and then update history. But it really does not say a lot. It did not even say that update 1.11 fixed the text size issue. So hopefully we get more detailed notes in the future, but when the photo mode, for example, will be added, we will totally see a dot for that, because that feature will be added post-launch. We already saw it in action during the pre-launch livestream of God of War, but they still need some tweaking. The last update we got from Santa Monica is that it's coming soon. Hang in there, according to their Twitter. So I really think next week is probably when we are going to see it. And under that, a ton of people like on Twitter are asking for a new game plus mode. And yes, that would make a ton of sense in the game. If you're not familiar, a new game plus mode lets you keep all the skills you unlocked, all the gear you collected, and they can restart the game, maybe at a higher difficulty, but with all the progression from your previous save. Santa Monica notes that there are no plans at this time, but they are aware. But actually even more than that, because interesting is that Cory Barlog, the game director on God of War, notes in the spoiler cast from Kinda Funny Games that he wanted a new game plus mode a while ago, but sadly could not find the time to make it happen before launch.
The idea of supporting the game a little bit, you know, a lot of people have been saying new game plus, like something I wanted a while ago, but as everything was coming together, it was like certain things just didn't make the cut.
So I totally think a new game plus mode could happen. I mean, they already talked about it before the release, and now that they got more time on their hands, you would think, I think a new game plus mode totally makes sense. When we know more, I will of course let you know. Totally subscribe to stay up to date on everything God of War. Check out my tips and tricks videos as well. For example, my recent video on the awesome fire armor. If you haven't already, drop a like to support the channel. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.